What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I really say very big thank you to you. I hope you are enjoying my video. So today I'm actually back with the envelope strategy, an updated version of it, because if you actually observe very well, Deriv have actually been running a server maintenance day in day out. So there has been a little change in their words, and for the fact that we've actually changed, the trading hour have actually changed. So there will always be what changes to all these things. So these are the things that affect that strategy. So I'm actually going to be doing the currency version of the envelope strategy based on the review that I've gotten, the feedback I've gotten from people that does it work on currency pair, can they use it on Euro GBP, can they use it on GBP USD. So I'm actually back today with the currency version of it. So and one thing I want to understand is that the envelope strategy still remains the most powerful and reliable strategy you can use to trade. So if you want to make $100, $200 daily or weekly, depending on your trading personality, then you need to watch this video. Watch it to the end. I'm going to be doing a top-down analysis on how you can use your envelope strategy to do the confirmation for you to enter your trade. Now, for the currency version of it, we all know that in currency pair we work strictly with timing. We have the London session, we have the Asian session, and we have the New York session. So these are the three most important sections in the currency pair, in currency trading. So for example, now if actually trading, you need to know the trading hour that is allocated to the pair you are trading. Now for example, now GBP USD is actually a London pair, so you should understand that you should expect more volatility during the London time. Now if you are actually trading AUD USD, we all know that AUD USD pair is actually an Asian pair, so you should expect more volatility in the market during the Asian hour, right? And we have USD JPY. USD JPY is actually a New York. Is it a New York pair or London pair? Okay, it's actually a London pair too. So those are the things. The first confirmation you should pay attention to. The first confirmation is that know the pair you are trading and know the pair, know the trading session that is allocated for that you should expect the volatility in the market. So for the purpose of this video, I'm actually using GBP USD for this. If you actually need me to do the version of Euro USD, you can actually drop the comment in the comment section. So today I'm going to do it now. So in using the envelope strategy, one thing you need to pay attention to is that first and foremost, you pay attention to your market structure. Market structure is very, very important irrespective of the strategy you are using, right? Irrespective of the strategy you are using, you must consider first confirmation. The first priority is your market structure. So once you are able to put your market structure into place, then absolutely your indicator will only be an added confirmation for you. It's going to be an added confirmation for you. So that is the first confirmation. So if you go down to, and for the top down analysis, you can actually work with 2 time frames. Though some people say 3 time frames, but me, I actually work with 2 time frames. Though sometimes, and the major 2 time frame that I work is that I work with the 4 hours time frame and the 15-minute time frames. So sometimes I take my entry on 15-minute time frames, and at times I'll go down to my 5-minute time frame and take my entry. So those are the things you need to do. So it depends on your trading personalities, whether you are a swing trader or you are a day trader. You must understand all these things. These are all the things you should understand. Pay attention to them. So Now, for the purpose of this video, now actually, since I'm actually majority of us are what intraday trader, so we use the 4 hours time frame and the what we use the 4 hours time frame and the 15-minute time frame. So let's do a top-down analysis now. Let's do a top-down analysis. Let's do a top-down analysis. Let's do a top-down analysis. So going to our 4 hours time frame now, we could actually see that this is what we have on our 4 hours time frame. So on our 4 hours time frame, you can see that we have an higher high here, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now we've not gotten a new higher high, right? We've not gotten a new higher high. So what we need to do is that after we've established that, then the first and foremost thing you now need to do is that there's what we call range. So you look at the recent range that you have now. Looking at the recent range that we have now, let me use my trend line. So this is my recent range that we have, right? For those of you that are in my price action class, we'll actually make it, we'll call it our internal structure and external structure. Or for those of you that are very conversant with institutional trading, so this is our this is our external structure, right? This is our external eye, right? This is our high, and this is our this is our low, right? So this is our low. So this gave me the confirmation that okay, I'm actually working within this range. So once I've established that, I can go down to my 15-minute time frame now. So on my 15-minute time frame now, all I need to do is that now since I've gotten it, you can see my what. So you've seen that okay now on 15-minute time frame now, what we had there was this is the structure on 15-minute time frame. This is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But this higher low now actually took out the liquidity here. So we now have a new higher high, right? So they break the structure here. Now breaking the structure here now has given us that confirmation that okay, but most especially now, this is one thing about currency pair. This candle here is actually a news candle. So it is actually a news candle. So that is why you could have this massive drawdown. So it's actually a news candle. So this is giving us our low now, and this is our high. Now coming down now, remember I told you that the pair you are trading, consider the time frame, the session, the trading session of the pair. Gbpusd is a is a London pair, and our London session is starting from 8 o'clock to 1 p.m. So now put that in consideration, right? So now look at the structure now. So if I'm trading now, anything 7 o'clock, I enter the market and do my analysis, and I'm out, and look at what I should expect in London session. So now coming down to this now, look at now, this is what I have on. This is my higher high, right? And this is my higher low, right? I have another higher high here, higher low. Let me reduce it small. Okay, so I have a new, let me use black. So okay, so I have a new, I have higher high here, higher low, higher high, higher low. Yes, right. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So now, but I don't need that. All I need now is for me to. So for me to do that, I'll just come down and look at the recent structure that I have. So the recent structure that I have is that, look at, this is my recent. Let me use my horizontal line. Let me use my trend line so that you can actually see. So the recent structure that I have there is this, right? So this is the recent higher high that I have there, right? And the recent lower low that I have is this, right? The recent lower low that I have is this. Oh man. So the recent lower low that I have is still this lower low here, right? So it make it like this. So once I have that now, there's what we call breaking structure or change of character. So by the time you look at the change of character now, right? So I'll just let me just pick another. Let me pick my arrow. So I can. Okay. So now look at this area. This is the higher high that we have now, lower high. This is the central. So at this area here now, we already had a what, a break in market structure, and we have this what, this news here now. This is the coming week of another what, another session, right? So moment I was able to get this, right, I was able to get this, then I can actually come down. Since I have this, there's all this, so we have this lower low here, lower low is still within this range. No. The recent low. So this is the recent low. This is the recent low here, right? This is the recent low. Why? Because we have an higher high here, then we have an higher low here. Why? Because this candle is lower than this. Then we have a new what, higher high here, because this week of this candle is higher than this. So this makes this an our higher high, and we have this as our what, as our lower low here. Right, so we have this as our lower low here. So once we have this as our lower now, so the recent high is this. So the moment at this area here now, we had a what, a break in market structure here to form a new high. So this is going to be our what, our low here, right? Our recent low is still going to be this. So on this area here now, looking at this area now as our recent low here now, but look at this. This is a what, this is what we call a liquidity. This is an equal low. So by the time I actually look at that, so once they take out this low here now, I can actually what, establish, because I've gotten this lower high here, this higher high, telling me there's a what, there is a change in structure already. So what I'll do is, since I've established that now, right, since I've established that, I'll go down to my what, to my 1 minute time frame and take my entry, and that is where the use of my what, my indicator comes in place. So on my indicator now, remember I told you that GBP USD is actually what, a London pair. So anything 7:30, anything 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll look to take my what, my entry. So let's look at now, this is 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in Deriv time is actually 7 o'clock in what, in GMT, because in Nigeria, because Nigeria is GMT +1. So once I told you anything 7 o'clock, let me put an horizontal line there. Anything 7 o'clock, right? Right. Okay. So this is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock will be 6 o'clock, right? 5:45, 6 o'clock. That's 7:15, right? So that's 7:15 now. I'll just go down to my what, to my, since I've done my top down analysis, I've seen my market structure. I'll just go down to my 1 minute time frame, and on my 1 minute time frame now, this is what I have, right? This is what I have. So you can actually see this is where the indicator comes in place now. Remember that our envelope strategy now, for our envelope strategy, right, now this is the setting for the envelope strategy. Now we are basically going to be using two moving average, right? So the first moving average is our period is 50, shift is 0, method is exponential, apply to what, apply to close. So once you are done, you click on done. The second one is what, the period is 13, shift is 0, method is exponential, apply to what, apply to close. So once you are done, then move down to the what, the second one, the indicator window now. So the period is 1, that's our relative strength index, apply to close, style is what, 1 pixel, then the color has to be the color of your background. My background color is white, so I'm using white. So the level now, we have the 80 level, the 90 level, 50 level, and 20 level. So once you are done, you click on what, you click on done, then you click on this envelope strategy now. So the period is 50. Now remember one thing, the period is 50. Remember that on our moving average to have a period to be, the highest period that we have on our moving main indicator window is 50. So that is where we got the period from. That is part of the pros and cons of this strategy, right? So the period is 50, shift is 0, deviation is 70.5, 705, 70.5. Method is simple, apply to close, upper band. What is that? Once you are done, you click on done. Then the final one is our what, is our moving average. So for our moving average now, the period is what, the 7, shift is 0, method is exponential, apply to close. You can use any style of your choice. Once you are done, you click on what, you click on done. So establishing that now, right, establishing that now, this gives us the confirmation that okay, oh, now remember that we have this, we've established this now, right? Oh, sorry for the interruption. So as I was saying now, on my so as at this is 6 o'clock, this is 7 o'clock. So by 8 o'clock, let's look at this. So this is exactly 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in Deriv time is what? Is actually my what? My 8 o'clock in what? In Nigeria. Yeah. That so once I have that, now look at, and I've gotten this sweep of got this sweep of what liquidity. So since the observability is now, this is where I'll now come to my what to my indicator now. So I already know that they sweep the liquidity. Let me go down to 15-minute time frame so we could be able to establish that. So on my 15-minute, oh, okay. So on 15-minute time frame now, remember that this is, let me use 5-minute time frame. Let's use 5 minutes so we can see it properly. So okay, perfect. So on our 5-minute time frame now, we've seen this liquidity. So since 7 o'clock, right, they swipe this liquidity here now. So what I'm going to be doing is that this is where I'll start looking for my what for my structure to on the lower time frame, which is my 1-minute time frame. So on my 1-minute time frame, this is what I have, right? This is what I have on my 1-minute time frame. So this is the structure there. So I have this as my what as my recent high here. This is my recent high and this is my recent low. So I but this low now is actually what is swiping liquidity. So I'm actually taking this into consideration. So once I have this, right, so this is my recent high. So the moment they break it here, right, the moment they break it here, I'll be looking forward for a retracement, right? I'll be looking for a retracement, probably an order block that is very close to it, right? So that is the so by that, in the process of looking for the retracement now, my envelope strategy is actually confirming my W pattern for me, because one thing I use my envelope strategy for is to confirm what my W pattern. So it's actually confirming my what my W pattern. And remember that as at then now, we've actually entered London session, which is we've actually entered London session. We've entered London session as at that time we have the sweep of liquidity. We've entered our London session. So this is my what this is my W first leg and second leg, and I'll shoot my shoot here. So I have my what my envelope strategy confirming it for me. So that is how you use your envelope strategy for currency pair, right? Do your top down analysis, your market structure, and you align it with your what with your envelope strategy. So in using our envelope strategy now, we must have, remember what I did with boom and crash. Boom and crash was not this as explanative as it is, because it is purely synthetic indices. Purely synthetic indices, but currency pair is actually more realistic than synthetic indices. Let me put it that way, right? So that is where you need to follow the rules in currency pair. Follow these rules in currency pair. You actually want efficiency of this envelope strategy with your currency pair, right? So in using currency pair now, in using envelope strategy now, you wait for the crossover of the two moving average. That is basically the confirmation we use for. So at the confirmation now, so once you have the crossover of the two moving average, which we have here, right, you check your your indicator window now. It has to be at below your 20 level, then you shoot your shot, and once it reach 90 level, you close. You close. So that is that is how you use your envelope strategy. So this is example here, this is an example here. So we have another example here. Okay, we have another example here. Okay, this is for a buy setup, this is for a sell setup, right? So we have the crossover here, right? So we have the crossover, and you can see what we have. So you enter, and once you enter your 20 level, you close you close your trade, right? You close your trade, right? This is another example here, right? This is another example. We have the crossover of the two moving average, and you see you have your W, you enter, right? So that is how you use this is a perfect example here. So if you observe very well, trading the envelope strategy, you're actually using your M's and your W. If you are looking for a buy setup, it's going to be your W, and if you are looking for a sell setup, it's going to be your M. So Meanwhile, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do it to hit on that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you stay updated each time I'm dropping a new content. Whatever you, if you encounter any error, you can actually drop your comment in the comment section. I'm going to be doing justice to it. So guys, see you